Today we are headed somewhere that has some snow coverage that I know that has not been plowed through, and there's a pretty steep incline getting in. So we can actually put the Subaru Outback to the test. In my last video, I talked about how great Subaru's all-wheel drive system was, and I showed some examples of getting the cars out of parking spaces, but that was on a flat surface. And yeah, there was a decent amount of snow coverage, but it wasn't on a hill. And I really wanted to put my own personal Subaru to the test to see how well the all-wheel drive does. So we're gonna do that. We've got Cleo tagging along, our dog, with us, and she's gonna get to play in the snow, so she'll have some fun, and we'll see how it does. Can you see it? I wonder if we should pass it on the other side. So before we try to drive up this entrance here, I want to give you some context. These are the original tires that come on the Outback from the factory. They're all season Yokohama Avid GTs, if you were curious, and they have about 38,000 miles on them. So they're not brand new. Ideally, I would like to have a dedicated set of winter tires, but as I've mentioned in previous videos, we don't typically get that much snow each year. And so it's not really necessary. It's a bigger investment to make than what I think is necessary at the moment. But this will be give you kind of a good idea of what to expect with just the factory spec tires. And over the last week, we've had a couple of different snowfalls. We had snow that turned to ice, that created a layer of ice, and then some more powdery snow. And it's just now starting to warm up just a little bit. It's 34 degrees. You can already tell some of it's starting to melt off the trees. But this driveway here will give us a good opportunity to see how well my Subaru Outback actually performs in the snow. It's interesting to see the different footprints in the untouched snow. This looks like probably deer tracks maybe, but over here, whatever this is, looks like it had some claws. So I don't know what that was. So I think I'm gonna have a better opportunity if I get some momentum. And what I'm gonna do first is I'm going to turn on my X-mode in the deep snow setting. Now this is going to allow, it actually turns off my traction control, and it's going to allow some wheel spin. If you were curious, the regular snow dirt setting, it keeps your traction control on and it limits wheel spin. So that's the difference between the snow dirt and the deep snow. But because I think I'm gonna need some momentum, I want those wheels spinning to help carry me forward, we're gonna keep that on. So we're gonna back up first and try to take our first approach up this hill, see how it does. Okay, that actually wasn't too bad, but I think it's because I kept on the gas. If I would have let off the throttle at all, I probably would have slipped up in the middle there, because although it's not too deep right here, it's a lot deeper down right at the beginning of this driveway. And this is also, if I remember right, it's hard to tell with the snow, but if I remember right, there's a big rut right here from the rain runoff cutting through the gravel driveway. So I was kind of worried about that. I wanted to stay in the gas to help prevent getting stuck in the middle of the hill and digging myself into a rut. So under the driving stats, here's where you can see which wheels have traction. Right now, all of them do, but if I give it some gas, it turns yellow when it loses traction. So kind of cool, gives you some real-time information there. Got to put her vest on her so we don't get her lost. She likes to run off.
Heel.
Just trying to sniff out birds right now. Well, it wasn't a bird, it was a deer. Probably didn't see it on camera, but had to take off after. All right, we're gonna stay in the deep snow mud setting. Okay, well now I feel like an idiot because we are stuck. I was able to pull back just a little bit. You can see there's some mud built up there. And over on this side, there's a train tie, but I don't want to go over that because then I'm for sure gonna be stuck. So we just dug out the rear wheels here. Hopefully we can get out of this. I'm gonna put it in the snow dirt setting and try to back up just a little bit. This is going to limit the wheel spin.
Keep going. Yeah. Yep. Now you can go straight back.
All right, well, maybe that wasn't the best idea. I certainly don't want to get stuck out here, and of course it wouldn't be good YouTube content unless we got stuck, although I would like to see my Outback get through this, but I think this would be better for something with fresh tires, or really something that has winter tires ideally. So not something that I'm going to put to the test, because then we're going to be stranded out here, and I don't want that to happen. My wife would certainly be unhappy about that. So we're gonna stop from here. We're gonna back down out of the driveway. There is one other cool feature I wanna show you with the X-mode when we leave here going downhill. Hopefully that goes according to plan. So as soon as we got back in the car, my wireless mic decided to stop working, but I didn't realize it. So there's no audio here. Instead, I'm doing a voiceover. Thankfully, we were able to get out of the driveway here without any issues. I just had to back up. Once we got turned around to go back down the hill, I wanted to show you guys something called hill descent control. Now this automatically turns on when your X mode is turned on. It automatically applies your brakes for you up to 12 miles an hour to help give you even, consistent braking going down a steep slope. It just helps prevent you from sliding or losing traction. You'll see a little green car on your gauge cluster indicating that your hill descent control is on, and that will flash whenever it is active. So what I'm doing here is I'm stopping at the top of the hill, the crest of the hill, and I come to a stop and then release my foot off the brake, allowing the car to evenly brake to about 2 miles an hour, 2 to 3 miles an hour as we go down this hill slowly. And then once I reach the bottom of the hill, I go ahead and take over. I give it some gas to make sure we don't get stuck at the bottom here, and because it's kind of deeper at the end. But we're finally back on the road safely, and as you can see, Chelsea is very happy that we are now on the road. Okay, so obviously that didn't go as planned, but it was fun nonetheless. A little bit scary getting stuck there for a moment, but it gives us a good opportunity to at least see how the Subaru performs, and thankfully we were able to get it out of the snow, get it unstuck, and safely back on the road. I hope you all enjoyed today's video. If you did, please remember to click the like button, comment below with any questions you have. I hope you have a great day, and I will see you in the next one.